Welcome to Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
And good evening, everybody. Here once again from Gallia Academy High School. Going to try to continue this one this evening. We left off in the top half of the fifth inning last night when thunder and lightning struck. This is tournament action, first round competition between Fairfield Union and Gallia Academy. Again, this is Hayden Milliken. Glad you could join us on what looks to be a better evening than yesterday. No bad clouds in sight, sunny skies, and I think we can at least get this game in, the remainder of it this evening. Again, we are at the top half of the fifth inning with no outs. This is a suspended contest. And once again, Fairfield Union has a 9-6 lead. If you take a look at it, Fairfield Union's had the lead from the very beginning of this contest. Fairfield started off with a 3-0 start, then got one run in the second inning. Gallia Academy finally responded in the third and fourth innings. Fairfield also getting runs in those innings. Fairfield Union got one more in the third inning. Gallia Academy got three. And in the fourth inning, Fairfield Union got four, and Gallia Academy got three more. So 6 runs over the last 2 innings. And again, we're at the top half of the fifth inning. So Fairfield Union will be up to bat. And then Gallia Academy will follow suit. Again, a 9-6 lead when we do get to play this one here in just a few minutes. Gallia Academy warming up, getting some warm-ups as well for Fairfield Union. Another thing here with Fairfield Union, the Falcons, a lot of travel ball athletes. As you look here, a lot of them have travel ball helmets, and we saw that yesterday. A lot of them play not just here, but it seems like a lot of them play basically year-round with softball, and it shows with their hitting especially the leadoff hitters for Fairfield Union. The first 3, maybe 4 hitters especially have been unbelievable for them. Imsweiler for Fairfield Union, I believe last we had it here without looking at the scorebook, was 4 for 4. Her alone, and then the 3 initial leadoff hitters on deck for Fairfield Union have done a majority of the damage. And then with Fairfield Union, they started, again, only 2 pitches were thrown, and there were already 2 Lady Falcons on base to start off yesterday. There was 5 consecutive hits off of 5 consecutive at-bats yesterday. And the umpires now showing up as well. So we should have this one in just a few minutes' time. Again, shout out to our sponsor here for pregame, Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Also our presenting sponsor for these local Gallia Academy broadcasts. Also thanks in part to HT Marketing, Ohio Valley Bank, and Athens Sports Cycles. So I would say we're about 5, maybe 6 minutes away from the start of this contest this evening. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll look more at this one, but also some other tournament competition going on this evening. Again, when we come back on Total Media Sports.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Boost your brand with HT Marketing. Innovative strategies and creative solutions to elevate your business. HT Marketing. Let's grow together. At Ohio Valley Bank, you're more than an account number. You're part of the community. Local service, trusted support. Ohio Valley Bank. Banking made personal.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Back here at Gallia Academy, Division IV quarterfinal this evening. Again, when we resume, Fairfield Union leads Gallia Academy 9-6. Some other games, of course, Division IV, another one got postponed, Washington and Circleville. That'll take place this evening. By the looks of things, I don't think that one even started. You take a look at Division III quarterfinals, Uniota and Chillicothe, Athens and Sheridan, and Hamilton Township and Marion Harding. Of course, with Division III, you'll notice some differences between them and the other divisions, because in the southeast portion of Division III, they play the winner of the East District, and those are basically, so what would otherwise be a district final for them is district semifinals, and the district finals are contested between whoever comes out on top on the southeast end and also in the East District. In Division VI, Wellington and Fairfield Christian, Northside Christian and Fisher Catholic, so not a whole lot going on locally in tournament competition. That's just what we got here on the local calendar. But the closest one right now, again, being the Athens-Sheridan contest. And then here tonight, again, Fairfield Union and Gallia Academy. Those are at least the tournament contests. Again, Divisions 3, 4, 6, and 7. All of those are quarterfinal competitions. Then from here we have district semifinals. The winner of this will take on Logan Elm at Logan High School over in Hocking County. As we were very quick to mention yesterday, talking about Logan Elm and Logan High School, not the same place. Logan Elm out of Circleville, and then that one will take place in Logan, Ohio. That's where the district semifinals will be held, and I also believe the district finals for this division will likewise be held here. We do know, after some results from last night from competition that did finish, that Vinton County knocked off McLean 10-0. Waverly beat Warren by a score of 2-0, and Waverly will move on to Logan, and they will play Jackson. Jackson, one of the tougher teams in the region in softball in Division 4. They're in Division 3 for baseball, but Division 4 for softball, and they will take on Waverly. And when the Waverly-Jackson contest happens, that will be the first of the doubleheader. The contest between the winner of this one and Logan Elm, according to our schedule, will be the nightcap following that contest. Both of us, of course, we're all part of the same district. This is the same southeast portion. So from there, it'll be Waverly and Jackson, and either Fairfield Union and Gallia Academy, and what actually is starting to become a relatively close game. And we'll see what happens from here against Logan Elm. So again, the score is 9-6 when we resume here in a couple minutes in the top half of the fifth inning. As we mentioned, Fairfield Union looking phenomenal hitting-wise. But in the last couple innings, the Blue Angels of Gallia Academy been staging a comeback. Now, one thing we'll see here is whether or not the day delay will make a difference or not. Been almost 24 hours since we've been out here. Sometimes that can work to your advantage. Sometimes that can work against you as well, now that both sides have had a little bit of time to warm up and gather their composure. So we'll see if that plays a factor at all here this evening. And again, this one is a suspended contest. We had this one last night. However, the thunder and lightning hit here pretty hard. The rain came down pretty good. But you take a look here today, and it looks like it never even happened. The field looks to be in phenomenal shape, and of course no signs of mud or wet spots really anywhere. So it's all dried up here now, sunny skies, and it's a warm one here today. So a nice, beautiful spring day to finish off here. And again, we will be in the top half of the fifth inning with nobody out, and I don't even think we were able to get a pitch off when the inning came to a halt, courtesy of the lightning delay. So as Fairfield Union comes out, looks like they're going to get some reps in as well. We're going to take another commercial break here. We're going to send it over to Julian. We've got a few minutes worth of commercials, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes on Total Media Sports.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and now Pure Rock 98.7 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and Porter's Place featuring me, Porterhouse, comedian Jay Stein, the funny guy, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and Pure Rock 98.7. Turn it up.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh, buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch.
Boost your brand with HT Marketing. Innovative strategies and creative solutions to elevate your business. HT Marketing. Let's grow together. At Ohio Valley Bank, you're more than an account number. You're part of the community. Local service, trusted support. Ohio Valley Bank. Banking made personal.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Back here at Gallia Academy for the Brayton CDJR pregame show. As we were talking earlier, we're already halfway through this one technically. So would it be the pre-mid-game show? I'm thinking that should be the title of this one. We're going to have to do things a little bit differently because, again, this is the continuation of a suspended contest from last night. And when we were left hanging due to the weather, the score was Fairfield Union 9, Gallia Academy 6. Here in a moment, I'll go through the lineups once again, a reminder of how things are for both sides. As Fairfield Union getting their reps in, Gallia Academy's already taken the field to warm up. The umpires are just a few minutes ago, they made their arrival. So again, we should have this one at any moment. Fairfield Union is currently up to bat. We'll have to get a reminder here of who's on deck. But the lineups for both sides, starting lineups, first for Fairfield Union. This is just the order from beginning to end in which they go, and I'll remind you for both teams here. We'll get to the Blue Angels in just a moment, but so it's going to be Imsweiler, Herman, Wolf, Lanning, Mitchell, Smeck, Fuller, two Fullers. We did get confirmation one's name is Kylie, and she is the pitcher, Kylie Fuller. And then the designated player, Hutchison and Palmer. Again, Imsweiler, Herman, Wolf, Lanning, Mitchell, Smeck, Fuller, Kylie Fuller, Hutchison at DP, and Palmer. As for the Blue Angels of Gallia Academy, it's Bennett, Nida, Skidmore, Davis, Thomas, Champlin, Kingery, Kemper, and Harris. Again, Bennett, Nida, Skidmore, Davis, Thomas, Champlin, Kingery, Kemper, and Harris. Nida on the hill for Gallia Academy, and Kylie Fuller pitching for Fairfield Union. They've got the other Fuller at catcher, Fairfield Union does, and Bennett is catcher for Gallia Academy. At first base for Fairfield is Lanning. At first for Gallia Academy is Champlin. Second base for Gallia Academy is Harris. Imsweiler on second for Fairfield Union. Third base for Gallia Academy is Thomas. Third base for Fairfield Union is Herman. And on shortstop for Gallia Academy, Davis, and then Wolf for the Falcons. And then if you go in the outfield, beginning first at left field, Kingery for the Blue Angels, Smeck for the Falcons. At center field is Skidmore for Gallia Academy. And out in center for Fairfield Union will be Mitchell. And in right field for Gallia Academy is Kemper, with Palmer out there for Fairfield Union. So just a reminder of the starting lineups, the order for batting, and also defensively, infield, outfield. As we're going to have this one here in just a couple moments, talking things over. And I think, of course, we're going to talk things over just real quick, perhaps. Or actually, we might just get straight into it. I don't know if we're going to have, with this being a game in progress, I don't know if we're going to once again have a coaches meeting or not. It looks like we may still have one. Again, I'm not fully familiar with the process, and it looks like we are going to have a coaches meeting and still talk things out real quick. Just probably a refresher. To my understanding, of course, nothing changes here on this end with what I gave you from yesterday. This is basically the same contest as last night, but picking up where we left off in layman's terms. So the Lady Falcons will be on deck to bat here in just a moment once the umpires and coaches conclude their meeting. And when that's said and done, we'll have the continuation of this one here from Gallia Academy. Again, mentioned it before, a much better day this evening. Sunny skies out, and thankfully we got this canopy. The sun is shining bright out here, and I'm pale. I burn easily. So, I mean, I need to start packing sunscreen to some of these games, and I was talking to a buddy of mine about that. But either way, we'd like to thank our sponsors again, Athens Sports Cycles, HT Marketing, Ohio Valley Bank, and our presenting sponsor and also sponsor for our pregame show this evening, Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. You're looking for a new vehicle? Check them out. They're located on Upper River Road in Gallipolis. Again, Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Going to have this one here in just a couple minutes. And then also thank you to everybody joining in here this evening to watch the remainder of this one on the Total Media Sports live stream we've got going. On top of our sponsors, of course, it's also you, the community, that helps make these broadcasts responsible. So everybody right here is we want to thank everybody from the sponsors to the viewers watching at home or wherever you might be watching this. Looks like I looked in the comments. Looks like we even got some Fairfield Union fans watching from the Lancaster area here. And that's one thing. They come and they're continuing this one here this evening. But they had a heck of a ride back and way back down here because Fairfield Union is almost 2 hours from Gallia Academy. And so they held on for a while last night. They tried everything in their power to try to continue this one. However, it wasn't to be, and they had to go home because of the thunder and lightning, and with every lightning strike is a 30-minute delay. So what they had to do is they finally had to call it because with all the lightning and thunder and heavy rain, with the way things were, the earliest that we could have continued this one, we would have run out of daylight. And neither the softball or baseball fields here at Gallia Academy have lights. So, in other words, we wouldn't have been able to finish it. It almost came down to a point where there was no logical way that this one could have been concluded yesterday. So, Fairfield Union had to make the trek back. And once again, coming in here for the contest tonight. So, again, getting ready to continue this resumed contest. Again, when we pick this back up, top half of the 5th inning, which is what we're getting ready to go into, with Fairfield Union coming about. Again, the score 9-6 in what has been a solid hitting performance for the Falcons of Fairfield Union, but the last 2 innings have been very productive for Gallia Academy with 3 apiece. Again, you see Knight down here. She's on the hill for Gallia Academy. Looks like we might actually have a pitching change. Looks like Bennett is actually going to pitch here, perhaps. Looks like might be Bennett instead here, making a couple changes as we go. We might see some changes in that regard defensively. It definitely looks like a 19 to me, so that would be Bennett on the hill pitching for Gallia Academy. And Nida looks like she's going to move over perhaps to shortstop. So the first pitch coming and leading off the inning is Wolf for Fairfield Union. It's going to be called ball, looks like. Nine to 6 the score. Pitch coming, called strike. So should be 1-1. I haven't changed it yet on the scoreboard. Sorry about that a moment ago. Went to stand up and my headset flew directly off my head. Pitch coming here, and that's going to be a bit high. Called ball. Again, batting here for Fairfield Union is Wolf with Lanning and Mitchell waiting on deck. 2-1 is indeed the count. Bennett's 2-1 coming in just a moment. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. And that's going to be right in there down the middle for strike two. Evens it out at 2 apiece. 2-2, and again, we're talking about it. As you can tell, the sun a lot brighter here this evening if you watched last night's broadcast. The 2-2, and that is going to be right in the center field, and what a catch! That one's going to be reeled in for out number one. Getting that one all the way out there was Skidmore. Good catch by her. Fly ball and able to get on that one. A bit of a tough one there, but she was able to get on top of it. As Lanning should be next to bat. Looks like we have a couple. Yes, it is Lanning. So making sure everything's still correct. So Lanning is batting with one down for Fairfield Union. First pitch coming, and that's going to be a little bit high. Ball one. So 1 ball, no strikes, account to Lanning. Yesterday, as we mentioned, Lanning played at first. Pitch coming, and this one's going to be fouled off. Coach almost caught that one for Fairfield Union. Would have helped if he had had a catcher's glove. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like we might have the continued contest for baseball next to us unless they're practicing. Last night they were to play South Point, and that pitch is going to be low in the dirt. And I know they've also had a couple other postponed contests. I was talking to Chris Delaney about that yesterday, one of the regular Gallia Academy broadcasters. 2-1 the count. And the pitch coming, and this one is going to go through, and looks like it's going to be at least a base hit, and that is indeed where Lanning will stay. She makes it on first, gets the opening there, so 1 on base for Fairfield Union. So 1 out and getting the first hit of the inning, but it's definitely far from the first hit of the game. Again, we're here in the top of the 5th inning. And you count yesterday, again, those leadoff hitters proved to be dangerous for Fairfield. Mitchell coming to bat with 1 down, 1 on base for Fairfield. The pitch coming by Mitchell, and that one goes way high for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes is the count. That pitch just way off of its mark there. Maybe put a little too much into that one, perhaps. As that went over the catcher's head, the pitch coming. 1-0, and looks like it wasn't quite in there. Ball 2. So the count is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 9-6 the score here in the top half of the 5th inning. Pitch coming by Mitchell, and this one is going to be a fly ball, and this one will drop. It looks like rounded over to third base and over the head, and Lanning will make it on third, and this is going to instead be a double as Mitchell makes it to second. She sees the opportunity and moves up. Was a little reluctant there for a moment, realized that the ball was overthrown, saw the perfect opportunity to make a play, and she did just that. So Lanning around the corner, Mitchell on second. Gallia Academy already trailing here, so already a rough situation to be in with only 1 down. Smeck on the plate for Fairfield Union. Pitch coming, and this one's going to go through to third base, going to try to make the play home and stops the run from coming in. So tagged out is going to be Lanning. So the score does hold at 9-6, stopping a run from coming in, and that is also going to be out number 2. Took the fielder's choice there, and a much-needed one as well. They had to go for that to stop another run from coming in. So Fuller coming up, the first of the 2 Fullers at bat for Fairfield Union. This one played catcher yesterday. Pitch coming, and that one is going to be called ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Now on third base is Mitchell with Smeck on first. Runners on the corners for the Falcons. Here's the offering, and that one is going to be called inside there for strike 1. Called strike on Fuller, 1-1 the count. 2 down for Fairfield Union. Again, Gallia last night in the last 2 innings able to get 3 runs apiece to make this a relatively close contest, and a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Fuller is going to be called ball. Not quite in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keeping the at-bat alive for a moment. So 2-2 the count. Pitch coming. And this one might go through, and it does. So 2 runs are going to score for Fairfield Union as Mitchell, and it looks like Smeck also comes home. And that is going to be a double for Fuller. So now the score is going to be 11-6. Fairfield Union quickly coming in here, getting 2 more runs. 2-out situation. Gallia Academy had an opportunity to put away the inning, but a big hit right there by Fuller. So the train keeps rolling. 2 outs, 11-6 to score. And now Kylie Fuller at the plate batting for Fairfield. And there's called ball 1. Again, 11-6 now score with 2 outs. Runner on second base for the Falcons. Gallia Academy needs to find a way to get out of this inning here. Have already given up 2. And the pitch coming to Kylie Fuller, and this is going to roll through. As looks like Fuller is going to advance. The other one is going to make it home. And Kylie is going to be on first base. So Kylie Fuller on first base and RBI. So now the score is 12-6. Here in the 5th inning, 3 runs already brought in. Moving on now to the designated player Hutchison for Fairfield. And the pitch coming, and there's called strike. Bennett gets it in there. No balls, 1 strike to Hutchison. One on base, pitch coming, and this one is going to be caught by Bennett for out number 3. That one flies a little bit, but gets straight into Bennett's glove for the 3rd out. So, a few more runs by Fairfield Union brings this back within 6, 3 to be exact. So now the score is, as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning, Fairfield Union 12, Gallia Academy 6. We'll be right back in just 1 minute on Total Media Sports. Don't go.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
3 more runs brought in the top half of the 5th inning. Now makes the score Fairfield Union 12, Gallia Academy 6 here in this district quarterfinal matchup. Aiden Milliken here with you, the Gallia Academy Blue Angels getting ready to come up to bat. We'd like to thank our sponsors again, Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Athens Sports Cycles, HT Marketing, and Ohio Valley Bank. So be sure again to check out those local area businesses. Also consider banking at Ohio Valley Bank. As we'll have this one continue in just a moment. On the hill for Fairfield Union now is still Kylie Fuller. So Fuller will remain on the hill pitching. So Gallia Academy has made a pitching change here tonight. Fuller remains pitching for Fairfield. So again, 3 more runs brought in the top half of the 5th inning. Gallia Academy had it within 3. They've had, again, 3 runs in the last 2 innings, so they're on a bit of a roll here. They're going to need another big inning to keep this one close in the bottom of the 5th. I guess it does look like we're going to have the Gallia Academy baseball game next to us as well, and I assume it's the makeup of the one that was not finished last night against South Point. They had the scoreboard, and I'm hearing now it's a different one. So they played South Point last night. That one didn't finish. They've also got another makeup, and we'll get a little more info on that in just a moment. Got the correction a moment ago that it is indeed another contest. Gallia's had a couple that just did not get the finish due to rain, and batting for the Blue Angels, a swing and a miss. Batting for them is Kingery with, should be Kemper and Harris waiting on deck. So we're to the bottom of the order for Gallia Academy. So no balls, 1 strike. The pitch by Kylie is going to be a swing and a miss. It looks like that might have been fouled off a little bit, but regardless, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody down for the Blue Angels, just starting the bottom half of the 5th inning. And the pitch coming by Kylie Fuller is going to be a little bit outside, ball 1. Looked out from this angle. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch, and this one is going to be playable, and they catch it for out number 1. So 1 down, Lanning gets it. So 1 at bat for Gallia Academy, 1 out. As it is, Kemper now batting for the Blue Angels, 1 down. Bottom half of the 5th inning, 12-6 the score, Fairfield Union on top. And that's going to be ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. That's going to be a little bit low for ball 2. On the flip side, if you are Kylie Fuller, again, she pitched last night and allowed 3 runs off of 2 consecutive innings. One of the biggest things is also going to be bouncing back from that if you're Fairfield. 2-0 the count, and there's going to be a swing and a miss, called strike 1. Swung at that one full force. So 0-1 the count. The 2-1 coming, and looks like that one might be playable, but I don't think they're going to get it. So 2-2 the count. It's foul ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Kemper batting, the 2-2. Count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Again, 1 already out for Gallia Academy. And the full count pitch by Fuller, and that's going to be ball 4. So Kemper will walk to first. I wouldn't call that a walk. She sprinted over to first. And Harris coming up next. Again, 1 down and now 1 on base for the Blue Angels. Pitch coming to Harris is going to be called strike. Gets in there, no balls, 1 strike. Pitch by Fuller. Again, 1 out, so we will go back to the top of the order after this. A 1 pitch. That one drops in for strike 2. So now it is no balls, 2 strikes. Couple pitches there by Fuller, and again, no balls, 2 strikes account, 1 on base. And that's going to be strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down for Gallia Academy. 2 outs, as its next is Bennett. If you're a South Park fan, and if you heard that, then you're probably laughing hysterically right now. Like I'm trying to keep in. Bennett getting ready to bat now. Ball 1 called on her. Again, Bennett has moved over to pitcher this evening. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 coming, and this one's going to go through for a base hit. And that is also going to advance Kemper to second. So Bennett gets the base hit. 2 on for Gallia Academy. Again, Kemper makes it to second base. So now 2 on base for the Blue Angels with Nida coming to bat. Nida's moved to the bases, and it looks like it is indeed Portsmouth that they are playing. On the baseball side, that is. Called ball 1 a moment ago. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, 2 on base. Opportunity here for Gallia Academy. A little bit of breathing room, I suppose. But, however, 2 outs. And that right there is the kicker. It hit by Nida, and they're going to get it over to first base for out number 3. So that one's going to be pulled in by Lanning, and that'll put away the inning and put an end to the spell that Gallia Academy is on with 2 straight runs. They will not get a single run in this inning. So the score holds after 5 full, and we head into the 6th inning. Fairfield Union 12, Gallia Academy 6. We'll be back in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Hayden Milliken back here with you as we start the 6th inning. The score, Fairfield Union 12, Gallia Academy 6 in this softball district quarterfinal tournament matchup. And the Portsmouth Trojans baseball team have made their arrival here. The score of that one, how about this one? This has potential to be potentially one of the world's quickest resumed suspended games in one outing, because it is in extra innings, tied at 8. 8 apiece. Portsmouth 8, Gallia Academy 8, and they're getting ready to start the 8th inning, and they're going to pick up an extra innings over there. So a close one next door to us in Bob Eastman Field. We get ready to get back to this one. And again, 3 runs in the last inning for Fairfield Union in the top half of the 5th. Looking to continue that every inning in this game thus far. Fairfield Union has brought in a run. Of course, over the span of 2 days, that is as well. And again, thank you to our sponsors. Braden CDJR, our presenting sponsor this evening. Athens Sports Cycles, Ohio Valley Bank, and HT Marketing. Emsweiler coming in, back to the top of the order for Fairfield Union. And one of the most dangerous hitters that we had to go up against, the Gallia Academy Blue Angels had to go up against. Emsweiler coming in, again with Herman and Wolf on deck. Again on the hill now is Bennett. This is her 2nd inning on the hill pitching, and a pitch coming to Emsweiler. And this one is going to roll through and going to make it to first base in time, and they got her out. That might actually be her first out call on her. Reeled in there by Champlin to get the out. So with Emsweiler down, Herman comes to bat. 1 down in quick order for Fairfield. Now the pitch coming to Herman is going to be ball 1. That one dropped a little bit low there, looked like. So 1 ball, no strikes. Again, top half of the 6th inning. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be real. Goes through the glove, pardon me. And it looks like Herman is going to advance to second base. Looked like she caught that one for a moment. Going to try to make the play at third, but can't get it in time, and that one hits the fence. And it looks like an around third and head home is Herman, and there's another run for Fairfield Union. 6 straight innings with runs now as makes it all the way back in. She rounds the bases, and practically would be an infield home run. They did have an actual home run last night as well. That was a 2-run homer they had. Now Wolf coming up to bat with 1 down. 13-6 the score now. Pitch is going to be called ball 1. This one's going to be fouled off, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. That one going back to the fence on the third base line. So now it's evened up at 1 apiece to Wolf. The 1-1 pitch coming, and that's going to be called ball 2. Not quite in there. So 2-1 the count here at the plate. No one on base. Another run brought in this inning. And that's going to be ball 3. So it brings it to a tough spot here. 3 balls, 1 strike. And there's going to be ball 4. So Wolf walks off of only 5 pitches. And that brings Lanning to bat. Lanning had a couple productive at-bats. Pitch coming. And this one is going to go through, maybe trying to make the play. Fielder's choice to second. And the first base where Lanning will be safe at first. However, out at second base is going to be Wolf. Didn't quite get it in there in time. Deciding to make the play there to second base. And again, we got, so next up is Mitchell. 2 down here, 13-6 the score. And this one's going to drop low and a bit on the wild side, and it's going to be a pass ball. Lanning advances to second base off of that. Pitch coming here, and that's going to be called strike 1. So runner on second base for Fairfield Union, 2 down, 1-1 the count at the plate to Mitchell. The 1-1 coming. This one is going to go over to first base to get the out, and they got it. And that'll put away the inning, but not before Fairfield Union brings in another run. So as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning, we played 5.5 here at Gallia Academy. The score is Fairfield Union 13, Gallia Academy 6. We'll be right back in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh, buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, Hayden Milliken here with you. The score, Fairfield Union 13, Gallia Academy 6. With the Blue Angels coming to bat, not able to bring in any runs in the last inning, and another one produced in the top half of the 6th for the Falcons. Batting now for Gallia Academy. Looks like it's going to be Champlin perhaps, and fly ball to right center. No, instead, pardon me, that's Skidmore, and she's going to round over to second base, and that's going to be a double for her standing up. A stand-up double for Skidmore. She finds the opening in right center. So that was only off 1 pitch as well. So quickly, Blue Angels back on base. And now to Davis. As we get resituated over here. No one out. And 1 on base for Gallia Academy. Pitch coming, and that's a swing and a miss. Connor swinging on that one. No balls, 1 strike. Kind of a low pitch there. So on the count. That's going to be called strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. A couple good pitches here by Fuller. And that one a little bit low, but looked a bit intentional as well. Caught her swinging on that one, and if that's the case, it definitely worked. So 0-2 the count. And that one's going to be a little bit high for ball 1. So 1-2 the count. Pitch coming to Davis. And that one is going to be on the wild side, and we've got ourselves a pass ball again. Skidmore now on third. She moves up just around the corner now. With nobody out. 2-2 the count. Again, batting is Davis for Gallia Academy. Here comes the 2-2 from Fuller and fouled back. So the count will hold at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner on third base. Skidmore's made it all the way to third. And that's going to be a high pitch. Called ball 3. Full count. So 3-2 the count here. Full. Kylie Fuller with the full count pitch. And this is going to be fouled off again and trying to make a play on it, but cannot. So the count remains full. And the at-bat stays alive for the moment being. Again, nobody out yet for Gallia Academy. Full count pitch again, and once again fouled. Still keeping this one going. Full count still. Thomas waiting on deck. Pitch coming, and foul ball. 3 swings, 3 fouls. Getting the swing on it, just not quite enough. So count still full coming up here from Kylie Fuller. Once again, the full count pitch. And there's going to be ball 4. Kept that one going, and now runners on the corners. An allowed walk by Fuller puts Davis on first base with Thomas coming to bat. Nobody out, some room to work with. The pitch coming to Thomas, and that's going to be an 0-1 count. Now the 0-1 pitch coming to Thomas. It's going to be called strike 2. Gets in there. No balls, 2 strikes. Down 0-2 is Thomas. Not many walks allowed here by Fuller, but allowed one the last at-bat. Pitch coming here, and that's going to be a way high pitch, which by default, as a result of a pass ball, is going to bring a runner home. So Skidmore scores, and now it's going to be 13-7. So there's a run for Gallia Academy. That's a runner on second base. Davis makes it over to second. And Thomas still at the plate. The 1-2 count. And here's the 1-2. And there's strike 3 and out number 1. Champlin scheduled to come up next. Runner on second. Again, 1 run scored here brings it to 13-7 with some time left here in the inning. Pitch coming to Champlin. Gonna be called ball 1. And here's Fuller's 1-0 pitch, and that's ball 2. Coach telling Davis to hold, and she was intent on making it to third base, but good call to keep her at second. 2-0 count with 1 down. The pitch to Champlin. And that one drops low again for ball 3. So 3 pitches, 3 balls. 3 balls, no strikes a count. Pitch coming to Champlin. And that's going to be high. 4 pitches and a walk. So Champlin makes it on to first base, and another allowed walk this inning by Kylie Fuller. And Kingery coming up next. You got to wonder if this continues to be a reoccurring theme if we're going to have the Skyline Chili trip to the bullpen. That's not an actual thing unless you're a Reds fan. Bringing everybody back. And no balls, 1 strike the count. Dead ball. As Kingery batting again. Quickly going back through the order again of the Blue Angels. Again, next to us, we have the baseball contest going on here in a moment. Here shortly will be, and that one's heading into extra innings before it even starts here. It looks like runner's going to advance to third and second base. And so going over to third base is Davis, and Thomas is now on second for Gallia Academy. Already 1 run brought in here in the inning, 13-7 the score. Again, batting here, Kingery. Pitch coming by Fuller, the 1-1. And that's going to be ball 2. High pitch by Fuller. Again, she's allowed 2 walks here in the inning. A wild pitch which brought the runner home. So a bit of a rough inning for her. Pitch coming. This one's going to be high up in the air. It's going to drop. And telling everyone to hold. Bases are full. Loaded bases here. So Kingery gets on first. And runners hold at second and third. Bases loaded situation for the Blue Angels. As we get back to Kemper. Pitch to Kemper coming. And this one's going to go through, and that's going to bring a run or 2 home for Gallia Academy. There's 1 run scored. So another one gets home. Still only 1 out, and another run is in. 13-8 now the score. Now coming to bat is Harris, back to the bottom of the order. Bases loaded, full of Blue Angels with 1 out. Swing and a miss. (13-8) the score. Still a 5-run deficit to overcome if you're Gallia. Pitch coming. This one is going to be, looks like fouled off. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. The count here to Harris with 1 down and bases loaded. And the pitch coming. And that's going to be ball 1. A little bit low, look like, low pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes should be the count. And there they change it to 1-2, and that's a high pitch that goes way high and telling runners to move back. Not taking a chance there on that one. Looks like Fairfield had control of that one again after the high pitch, and would have been too risky for a pass ball situation right here with bases loaded. So runners do hold, and the count is 2-2. With the 2-2 coming, that's going to be another high pitch, another wild one. The runners still hold, and it is going to be a full count. Alternatively, a walk in a situation like this would bring another run home with Champlin waiting around the corner. So the count's full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Calling time here. Getting back here, stepping out. In count is full. Fuller with a couple rough pitches in a row. Last thing you would want is a walk if you're the Falcons of Fairfield. And the full count pitch coming, and there's going to be another run scored as Champlin gets in by default. Bases remain loaded. Harris will be walked, and Bennett coming up next. 1 out, 13-9 is the score. So going to the top of the order again with Bennett, with 9 waiting on deck. Bennett getting ready to come in. Again, bases loaded with only 1 Gallia Academy out. Productive inning for them. 3 runs scored thus far. Here comes Fuller's pitch. And that's going to drop low. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 coming. This one going to roll through. I don't think they're going to be able to make the play, but it is going to be safe. Close one at the bag, and another run scores to boot, 13-10. 9 coming to bat. Bennett is safe at first. Base is still loaded here. 4 runs for Gallia Academy in the inning. Nina coming up to bat. And she's moved to the infield after pitching last night in the first half of this contest. And the pitch coming from Fuller to Nida, and that's going to be a fly ball, but fouled out of play. That one had some air to it. 0-1 the count. And that would have been a big one, too. So 0-1 the count. The pitch coming by Kylie Fuller. And that one going to slide over. Looks like we're going to have another run come in. So another run scores for Gallia Academy, 13-11, and a call out at third base. Tagged out there by Herman. So now 13-11 is the score. Another out produced. But that brings it to 5 runs on the inning. 13-11 again, the score. Runners on first and second base. The pitch coming to Fuller, and this is going to be high up, and looks like this one's going to be fouled off. We're trying to make a play on that. Good hustle and aggression, but 0-1 the count. Batting now is Skidmore. 2 out again, as we mentioned a moment ago. In what's been by far the most productive inning seen by Gallia Academy, and they've had a few in the latter portion. Skidmore comes back in. Count is no balls, 1 strike at the plate. Again, runners on bases, first and second. And there's going to be a low pitch. And that's one thing I keep noticing with this Gallia Academy lineup. The runners especially, they seem to be gung-ho on wanting to try to move up these bases. And you got to admire it. However, of course, sometimes it's just not worth the risk. It's going to be called ball 2. 2 on the count. So 2-1 is the count to Skidmore. Pitch coming. And this one is going to be dropped at first base. And bases are going to be loaded. Another big one as Davis comes to bat. And what an inning here. Bases are loaded. Don't call it a comeback just yet, but this one's been exciting in the bottom of the 6th. So as Davis steps up and the base is loaded, trailing by 2, 13-11 is now the score. It's going to be called ball. Has brought it within 2, the shortest deficit we've had in quite a while. And that's called a strike. 1-1 the count. 5 runs and counting for the Blue Angels in this inning. Again, bases loaded. The pitch coming. And that's going to be called ball 2. So 2-1 the count to Davis. Pitch coming, and that's going to be called ball 3. So now a 3-1 count. A couple rough pitches here by Fuller. Directing traffic over here. Coach is to Davis, and she steps back in. Again, 3-1 count. 2 outs. Bases loaded. And now trailing by 2. The pitch coming, and this is going to be a fly ball to left field. It's going to drop in fair territory, and telling the runner to come home. One will advance. Nida gets in, and runner's going to be safe at third and second base. Wow! Now this is exciting. We're tied. 2-run score. 13 all. 13-13 is now the score. 7 runs for the Blue Angels in this inning. Runners on second and third base. Skidmore is on third. Davis on second. As Thomas at the plate. 2 down, a swing and a miss. So no balls, 1 strike. 13 all the score here at Gallia Academy. Rough inning here. Allowed 7 runs and a high pitch. Got to be careful with those high pitches. Runner just around the corner. The leading run is at third base. I know it might be a bit premature to mention that, but worth noting with all the wild pitches thrown. And the 1-1 coming to Thomas. And this one's going to roll in for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Pitch coming, Thomas. That's going to be high up. And are they going to get it in? And it's going to be safe. 14-13. And for the first time in this entire contest, Gallia Academy's taking the lead. Eight runs now and counting. So I can tell you the scoreboard is not right. They had the count as 3 balls and 4 strikes. Now it's 3-1. They fixed it. I was wondering about that one, and Thomas asking for time, and this has been a close one. Now within 1. I will mention, though, Gallia Academy coming up against a really tough team hitting-wise. So widening the gap even further wouldn't be a bad thing if you're Gallia Academy, that's for sure. As 2 balls, 2 strikes the count here, 2 outs. To Thomas, and that one hits her in the leg. You get the knee, and now going to be a hit by pitch. 14-13. Runners on the corners. It's Champlin coming to the plate. 14-13, 8 runs and counting produced here for Gallia Academy in this inning alone in the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch coming to Champlin is not going to quite be in there. It's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down. But we've been at 2 outs for quite a second now. And there's going to be a called ball. The pass ball looks like, and that one is going to be another safe. So it is now a 2-run lead. Runner advances, so now it is 15-13. And I think we're having a pitching change, and it's time for one, as Fuller now will head to the dugout. They needed to make a pitching change. So as they get ready to make a pitching change, we're going to let her warm up here for a couple minutes, and when we come back, we'll tell you all about the new pitcher here on Total Media Sports.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Boost your brand with HT Marketing. Innovative strategies and creative solutions to elevate your business. HT Marketing. Let's grow together. At Ohio Valley Bank, you're more than an account number. You're part of the community. Local service, trusted support. Ohio Valley Bank. Banking made personal.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Called strike there on Champlin, but now it's no balls, 2 strikes. Pitching change here for Fairfield Union as we come back. Wolf now on the hill pitching for the Falcons as they trail by 2. Gallia Academy taking their first lead of the contest here in the bottom of the 6th in what has become a high-scoring affair. They changed the count up. Now it is 0-1, so pardon me for that. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be a little bit low. So 1-1 the count here, 2 down for Gallia Academy. 9 runs brought in for them in this inning alone. It has definitely turned around the momentum of what has been a close and at this point very exciting contest, and fouled back by Champlin. 1-2. So now we're in a 1-2 count again over next door to us. Extra innings, they started right away. This was a continuation next to us between Gallia Academy and Portsmouth. Had to finish it with it being an OVC contest. The 1-2 coming. And there's going to be called strike 3. And that'll put away the inning, but not before 9 runs are brought in by Gallia Academy. They bring Wolf in, and that was proven to be a much-needed change as she is able to get a much-needed strikeout for Fairfield Union. So we head into the top of the 7th inning, and what's a do-or-die situation for the Falcons and a trip to Logan High School in the district semifinals on the line. The score is Gallia Academy 15, Fairfield Union 13. We'll be back in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and now Pure Rock 98.7 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and Porter's Place featuring me, Porterhouse, comedian Jay Stein, the funny guy, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and Pure Rock 98.7. Turn it up.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Back here at Gallia Academy, could be the last chance for Fairfield Union. The only problem is the Lady Falcons have produced runs in every inning. And this one is going to go through. Going to try to make the player to first base, and out number 1 called. So 1 down. So with 1 down, that was Smeck. And now Fuller, the catcher, will be coming up next. Not to be mistaken with Kylie Fuller also on the team. 1 quick out here. Getting the play over on first base, and the pitch coming to Fuller. It is going to be ball 1. Looks like Nida pitching once again for Gallia Academy. Pitch coming. Called strike. Don't know why she didn't initially pitch, but now she's out here to close it out with a 1-1 count with 1 down. Fairfield Union needs to produce 2 runs somehow. Fouled off. 1-2 the count with 1 down already. As Fuller steps back in. And Nida's 1-2 coming, and this one is going to be foul ball. It's going to be just fouled at the third baseline. Close one over there, but the count does hold at 1-2. Just within reach of fair territory, but gets nothing out of that one, and Miss Fuller will step back with a 1-2 count. This has been an exciting contest here. The 1-2 pitch. Not quite enough. Ball 2. For those just tuning in, if you were watching last night, if you're wondering what happened, 9 runs in the 6th inning for Gallia Academy and a fly ball towards center field, and that one's going to be caught for out number 2. 2 down. Skidmore reels that one in. So trailing by 2 with 2 outs and a last chance here. A trip to the district semifinals on the line. Talking things over here real quick at the hill. As again, the pitcher for Fairfield Union, the initial pitcher, of course, she's been relieved now, but Kylie Fuller coming to bat. Pitching last inning was Wolf getting them out of that, and she did just the job, but Fuller had a rough time. Kylie Fuller did, again, allowing 9 runs before they finally made the change of the bullpen. quite a few pass balls and wild pitches as well to boot in that series for Gallia Academy, courtesy of Fuller here, and they realized they had to make the change. You got to wonder maybe if they made it a little late, and that is going to be called strike. No ball, one strike. So 0-1 the count with 2 down, top half of the 7th inning. And Nido's 0-1 pitch to Kylie Fuller. He's going to hit the dirt. Ball 1. Evens it out at 1 apiece. The 1-1. Fuller gets the swing on this one, and to send them to the district semifinals, they have finished it off. And the Gallia Academy Blue Angels have completed the comeback. 15-13 the final score, and what a comeback it was. 9 runs in the 6th inning. They had 3 in the 3rd and 4th to boot. And again, 15-13 the final score in a contest where Fairfield Union had the lead the entire time up until the very end. Gallia Academy will now move on and take on Logan Elm at Logan High School over in Hocking County. So the Blue Angels get ready to hit the road, and what a big win this was right here, able to complete the comeback, and that was an exciting one to watch. So again, 15-13 the final score here, and able to finish this one today. It took a day to do it, but this one has finally come to a head. We'll be right back here in just a couple minutes on Total Media Sports for post-game. It'll probably be brief, but there's still some ground to cover. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh, buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Hayden Milliken back here with you. The final score this evening, 15-13. The Gallia Academy Blue Angels have completed. Folks, I have seen some crazy comebacks in my career. This one might be up there on the Mount Rushmore. Gallia Academy was trailing big time this entire contest. Trailed by 3 when we came in here tonight, and at one point got even further at 6. But with 9 runs in the 6th inning, Gallia Academy was able to make the comeback before Fairfield Union finally made the pitching change and closed it out with a 1-2-3 inning. Again, there have been some crazy games I have seen in my lifetime, I have seen in my career, but nothing, and I repeat, nothing quite like that right there. And that was an exciting one. I'm glad I was here to cover it. So again, 15-13 the final score. And if you're wondering what's next for Gallia Academy, they will take on Logan Elm High School. That's going to be at Logan District semifinal competition. That'll be the nightcap. There'll be 2 games that evening. Waverly takes on Jackson, and Gallia Academy and Logan Elm. Again, those will take place at Logan High School next week. Kind of a bit of a trip if you're a Gallia Academy fan, but if you're a fan, worth coming out for that one as well to support Gallia Academy. So again, the final score here this evening. Gallia Academy finishes the comeback, 15-13. For my stream man, Julian Villarreal, this is Hayden Milliken saying good night. God bless.
Thanks for watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.